Hey guys, it's the King making another video here while at work. Today I'd like to talk about dealing with the rage that taking the red pill gives to some of you guys. Now, as I said in a previous video, I never got the rage, but there were instances in my life that led me up to that. Gotta open the window a little bit here, guys. I had people in my life that were telling me things and showing me things that were beneficial to me, so it prepared me for the rage. But I know some of you guys, I've heard the stories, I've heard other MGTOWs talk about it, how it's fucking devastating, especially for you guys who went all in. You push, sitting at the poker table, you had a huge stack of chips and you pushed it all in because you had 4 kings. Well, you didn't realize that cunt on the other side of the table had 4 aces, right? And she had a fucking 650-pound gorilla standing behind you to make sure you pay up, right? And I've heard some fucking horror stories. Terrence Pop talks about stuff like this. He shared some details about his life, and other MGTOWs have talked about soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and their house is for sale. There's multiple credit cards maxed out in their name. The bank accounts are empty. All the furniture's gone. He's left with all the fucking bills, and this bitch is off for fucking riding a cock carousel like she's in the fucking Kentucky Derby. Right? So I understand. Don't think that I don't. I've seen horrific divorces within my family. I've seen it with friends. I've seen it with coworkers. I've seen it with people that lived in my neighborhood. It's ridiculous, and you're fully justified. Fully justified. Don't let anybody tell you you're not. If some fucking clam comes along and tells you, "Oh, you've been hurt. Oh, you can't talk about women like this," tell that bitch to shut her fucking cocksucker. Plain and simple. Okay? Because it's not affecting her. It's affecting you. So she needs to shut her fucking pie hole and get in fucking line like a soldier and shut the fuck up. Okay? So don't think that I'm talking out of my ass here. Now, I've never been married. I've only had one real long time girlfriend like that I actually lived with, and that was a complete fucking disaster. So I swore I would never do it again after that. I almost did it one other time, but the first one, that was the one who was violent, wanted to fight physically fight all the time, and the one and then the second one, she was the one that was fucking batshit crazy. That's the one who's in last I heard, she's in an institution now. So those are the only 2 times that I ever really thought about it. Don't think that I don't know what I'm talking about, because I do. And I'm also really good at learning from other people's mistakes. So that's probably another reason why I haven't done it. And I have no plans to do it in the future. Who knows? I could fucking win the lottery and meet some broad who's perfectly behaved and she suckers me in, and then next thing you know, I'm fucking, waiting for my welfare check because the fucking bitch took everything, right? So I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but me knowing what I know now, thanks to other MGTOW content producers, I don't think it's going to happen. And I hope it's not going to happen, but, like that great James Bond film, Never Say Never Again. Right? So, but don't let anybody tell you you're not justified in thinking the way that you are right now, or they're trying to diminish what happened to you. Don't let them do that. And if somebody tries to, just tell them to fuck off and walk away. But at the same time, you have to have enough awareness to know that if you don't, well, it can go one of two ways, right? You can let this destroy you, and just all day, every day, you're just brooding. It's eating you alive, and it's tearing you up inside. And then what happens is your body produces a hormone, I believe it's called cortisol, and that is very unhealthy for the body, and it will contribute to an early death on your part if you're constantly like that. So instead of this being a negative in your life, turn it around and use it. Take lemons, make lemonade. Use it as fuel to fire your ambition, to change your life, to become the guy you dreamed about being when you were a kid. You know, whether it was a superhero or an athlete or whatever. You know, you don't have to be exact. Like if you wanted to be Superman when you were a 10-year-old, you're not going to be Superman. You're going to be able to fly and be bulletproof and everything else. But you could build your body up and get big and strong and fit, right? You could take self-defense classes and learn how to defend yourself. You can get yourself a firearms license and learn how to properly use a firearm, right? Maybe to go hunting. In Canada, you're not allowed to use firearms for self-defense, so I can't really say you can learn to use a handgun or a rifle for self-defense, because they frown upon that. The law states that you can do it, but everybody who has done it, they try to throw them in jail. So for anybody who's in Canada that's listening to this, I'm not saying that, okay? Now, if you're in the U.S., fucking right, you can use a firearm to defend yourself. Well, and I wish it was like that here, because with all these people they're bringing in, right, and all the crimes they're committing, you know, pretty soon you're going to need a gun in Canada to defend yourself, because the fucking bad guys got guns. Look at Sweden. They're running around with rifles and all these fucking the so-called refugees. They're not refugees. They're fucking invaders. But they're running around with guns and hand grenades and everything. You got no-go zones, and yet they tell the people, "Oh no, this is cultural enrichment." Fuck you, cultural enrichment. Why the Swedes haven't risen up? If I was a fucking general over there, I would lead the troops from the north to the south, and I would kick every one of those motherfuckers out of the country. And if they didn't want to leave, I'd shoot them right where they fucking stood and let the buzzards pick them away. Fuck this. And I would fucking round up the politicians, and I'd put them on a plane, and I'd fucking crash the plane in the ocean and let them drown. And the people that are behind the politicians too. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So, with the rage, don't let anybody tell you you're not justified, because you fucking are. You've been lied to your whole goddamn life, and now they're mad that you woke up to the reality of their lie. So don't let them fucking talk down to you or belittle you, okay? Because they're the fucking liars. They're the hustlers. They're the con men. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit, gentlemen. And congratulations that you've found the MGTOW road and you're going down it. Okay? But don't let it eat away at you. If you're going to be mad for a little while, be mad for a week. Maybe even a month. Wear yourself out. And every time you get mad, go hit the heavy bag. You're not going to get in any trouble for that. But you start teeing off on other people, even if they fucking deserve it. And trust me, there's a lot of people that fucking deserve to get the shit kicked out of them. Okay? But the way people are nowadays, they'll get in your face. They'll even hit you first. But then when you defend yourself, all of a sudden you're the bad guy. And I should know. They tried to throw me in prison for 5 fucking years because I knocked a guy out who tried to hit me in the head with a bottle. So trust me when I say I know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's why my advice is to hit the heavy bag. But use this rage as fuel. Okay? Use it to work more at your job so you can make more money and save it. Don't be a fucking idiot and go out there and waste your money. Save your money. Okay? Use that use that rage as fuel to make a budget and slash away all the fat, all the excessive spending that you don't need so that you can save your money. Right? Use that rage as fuel to learn a new skill. You know, maybe you work in an office, right? But you fucking hate it. Well, on the weekends, if you have a friend, maybe he's an auto mechanic, get him to start teaching you about cars. So at least you can work on your own car and save money. You know, doing simple oil change and flushing the cooling system, and you can buy those little handheld scanners there. You plug them in and it'll run system checks on your car. You can tell what sensors need to be changed, things like that. Learn how to change a fucking tire. The simple things, and then once you learn that, you can progress. Learn how to do the brakes on your vehicle. Learn how to do the other repairs that aren't that technical, and then eventually, you'll be able to work on your own car when anything goes wrong, right? Or you can learn how to weld. Welding's a great fucking trade, and there's a lot of uses for it. You can buy a machine. Shops are going out of business all the time. Whether it's a machine shop or welding shop or whatever, you can buy one at an auction, and then instead of having an electrician come in and hook everything up into your garage, which is going to cost you big money, and then they're going to fucking rape you over the price, right? The electric companies are going to fucking stick their electric cock up your ass and fucking rape you on the price of electricity. You can get yourself a pickup truck and have a mobile welder, right? They hook it up to the engine. And when I lived out in Alberta, I seen plenty of guys that did this. They got a pickup truck with a welder in the back, and this is what they do for a living. And you can do that on the side. Work in the office, and on the weekend do welding on the side, and then you generate the electricity. You don't have to worry about electric codes or anything else. No electrician, diesel mechanic can probably hook it up for you. There's residential construction. There's another thing, laying tile. If you can lay tile and do it well, I'm not talking about just slapping some mortar down and fucking laying the tiles down. I mean leveling the floor. You put that first bed down, you level the floor, because once you got that level, that tile isn't going to crack unless they drop something really heavy on it, right? So tile's another one. Would learn how to do windows and doors. That's not difficult. But I'm saying you can take this rage and you can channel it into other things that can make your life better. Having a new skill that you can profit from is a perfect thing to do. You use that rage in self-defense classes and become an expert in whatever form of self-defense it is. Whether it's boxing is great. Boxers punch, I think it's 2.5 times harder than an MMA fighter. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but it's good to be able to throw hands with efficiency. Kickboxing's another one. Jiu-jitsu's another one. Wrestling is another one. And I'm not talking WWF wrestling. I'm talking Olympic wrestling. And I know, because I used to wrestle. I wrestled in high school for a couple of years. That is a great sport, and it will get you in phenomenal shape. It's going to take you a while to get there. You're going to be tired a lot. But wrestling is it really is a martial art. There's things like pancrase and what else? There's a whole bunch of other things. I think it's shoot wrestling or catch wrestling, and there's shoot fighting. There's all kinds of stuff. You got to find something that suits your personality, suits your mentality, and also suits your physicality. You know, if you're a tall and lanky guy, you know, boxing and kickboxing are probably really good, or Muay Thai. Muay Thai is really good too, because they throw knees and elbows. You know, so if you're a smaller guy, jiu-jitsu is really good, because as the Gracie showed in the first few UFCs, that a smaller man can defeat a much larger man with jiu-jitsu. But you know, I think you need to have both. You need to have a stand-up game, and you need to have a ground game. Because ground game is great, don't get me wrong, but if you're fighting more than one guy and you're rolling around on the ground with the first guy, the second guy's just going to come and he's going to field goal your fucking head between the uprights, and that's going to be it for you. You're going to be unconscious, and then the two of them are going to kick the shit out of you. So, you know, the point I'm trying to make is here, guys, is you're justified in feeling what you're feeling because you've been lied to your whole life. But you can't let this destroy you. You got to move forward. You got to realize that, okay, I got it. This is an opportunity. This is a chance for me to make my life better the way I want it to be. And if you look at it any other way, I beg your pardon, but I think you're a fucking fool. Okay? So don't waste your opportunities, because you only get so many of them in your life. And this one is fucking huge. This might be the biggest opportunity you're ever going to get in your life. So don't fucking piss it away. Alright? Got a link down below, guys. If you ever have any questions, just email me, kingofallmgtow at gmail.com. And if you want, I will read your email in a video. But if you don't want me to, then say that. Okay? But if you want me to and you don't say, please read my video or my email in your video, then I'm not going to do it. I'll only do it if you request it. Okay? And if it's something serious and you want to drive the point home that you don't want me to talk about it, then please mention it in the video. But like I said, I respect other people's privacy. And I can keep secret, guys. Okay? I went to fucking prison because I wouldn't talk. Okay? Not because of what was charged with and convicted of. It's because I wouldn't roll over on other people. So I can keep a secret. Okay? So, in closing, take this opportunity, guys. Please. Take it, run with it, make yourself that vision that you had when you were a kid. The big, strong, intelligent, logical, heroic figure that you saw yourself as when you were a child. Because you can do it. Well, don't let that rage eat you up. You got everybody else trying to tear a strip out of your ass. Don't do it to yourself. I'm all done on this one, guys. You take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Go MGTOW.